What's going on? This is DJ Loot taking another break from session work. Decided to have somebody I've reconnected with after over 10 years. Music artist, producer, BJM. What's up?
Man, thank you, DJ Luke. We in here, man. It's your boy BJM or BJM Beats, whatever y'all know me as. Man, glad to be back with you, Luke, man. We trying to bring y'all something new, man, and so this is a beautiful way to get it done. You know what I'm talking about? I just want to give them a nice rollout. So I appreciate you for having me, man. Thank you for having me again. You know what I'm saying?
And before getting in here, my compilations, I think you're overdue for another appearance.
Yeah, that Cali Fire. Yeah, that first Cali Fire you put me on was fire. Hey, we went crazy. You had Quinn and everybody on there. It was lit with features. That month was loaded.
You know what? That was volume 4. The double disc 3 and 4. You were on I think that's the one you were on.
It was loaded. Yep. That whole album, I'm talking about, you could play every song from start to finish. It's like 40 songs.
It was ended up being 40. It was 40.
40 songs.
Do you have? I have copies in case you don't have yours anymore. I'll give you the physical. I'll make sure you leave with that. Yeah.
That's the part of good West Coast Cali history. If y'all don't know, you know what I mean. That Cali Fire thing. That
all
was
day.
Straight up. That really set a lot of people up. You know what I'm saying? Like even the Cali Beer Gang. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of traction from that. You know what I'm saying? I watched it. I seen it. My boy G Will. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A lot of people got a lot of traction from that. My boy Speedball. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Now he's a legend in Sac, but then he was kind of coming back into doing music. So a lot of folks either resurgence or just establishing folks. That's kind of their starting point. A few folks. I can name them all day, but well, I got some great questions to ask you. Let's get straight into our chat.
Oh, it's a great question, man. I appreciate you for asking. So for me, I've been doing music since I said adolescent, you know what I mean? And what started me a lot of times was just the system, and I was being molded by how the street life was, and, you know, just taking my environment and trying to build something from my pain. Because it was a lot of pain, you know, coming from where I'm from Northern California, Sacramento to be exact, you know what I mean? And it's just a lot of stuff that goes on just coming up, you know what I mean, as a youth. And so my thing was to take that and to transfer it to music. But at first I was just rapping, you know what I mean, trying to be rapping on everything. But for me, it was hard back then because it's a little bit before the internet. You really couldn't get beats.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
How did folks get beats? It's just word of mouth or going to shows and networking.
Hard. Like, to get a beat from somebody, you had to be ridiculous. You couldn't even be a regular rapper. You had to be off the charts. And so it was hard. Even to get in the studio back then, it was hard. You know what I mean? Thanks to DJ Loot, I was in there whipping them up though, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, though, you know, and so that right there, it made me be like, okay, if I can't get it here and here, I'm gonna lock in and make beats myself if I can. You know what I mean? And start a little bit and just kept progressing.
Now, this is, again, before we're getting into all the DAWs being the thing, the computer. So were you using Roland, the MPCs? What were you using?
Good question. So when I started out, you know, they didn't have the software they have today.
No.
So they had like everybody was using Tritons, Motifs. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I learned how to make my first beat was off Tritons, Motifs, Rolands, and things like that of that sort. The keyboards. You know what I mean?
Well, even when folks talk about, like, when you hear the word 808, people think the bass drop. No, 808 was the device. That's a kit of sound. So it's a signature. 808 is the kit clap and the recognizable. Folks nowadays, put an 808 in there. What are you talking about? I mean, 808 clap.
You know what you're talking about, right? It's a whole machine, right?
Did you have an actual?
Good question. So for me, I mixed everything. I had like the MPC, you know what I'm saying? Mixed that in there, and so, because the setup was different, it wasn't like right now you could just record straight to DAW. So what we had to do was, like, you'll make the beat and then you kind of like punch out the sounds that you don't want in, or, you know what I mean, you could format it that way and then record it, because they still have computers, of course.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't that ancient, y'all. Don't be laughing at me.
No, this is not 1920.
But and so we would record straight from the Triton, you know what I mean, straight to the program. And back then we were using like let me see. They had Acid Pro back then. They had Logic still back then. They had and those are the programs you recorded into the to the DAW system as you're making the beat, and that's how we did it. It was different. It was different, but you had to be talented to do so.
I still break mine up. I use Reason exclusively for the beat side, and that may incorporate live instruments, so I'm recording audio in. But MIDI and the beats I do in Reason, and I don't do any vocal, whatever. Doing the actual songs, I go to Pro Tools. So this very, very brick wall separation of those tests.
I love it. But you see the difference with you is you have so much experience, and then he's a scholar too. I don't know if you guys know that, but yeah, he's also a scholar, so he's not new at all to this. He's really here. And so what I learned too is if you really hungry for the music and you really believe in it, it's what you got. You can build from what you got. You might not have the best software all the time, but if you take that, say you just do that as a starting and then take it to the big studio, now you got something. So it's just whatever you got and make it work. You know what I mean? That's what I did for the most part. I appreciate that question. Yeah, Mafia Jazz, man, it's like a whole new genre that I got for myself, and I kind of not for myself. Come on, jazz has been around since we were kids. Used to go to the old pubs and the little burger state place. You know what I mean? They was playing. They had the jazz going on in the background. As a kid, you turn that on, put some of that. You know what I mean? That urban music we like on. You know what I mean? And at that time, as a kid, you don't really pay attention. But then when you grow up, you kind of appreciate music more, right? Yep. So I was like, wow, this is crazy how this side, like the youth, we got what's called, mob music, mafia music, the streets, you know what I mean, the hood, the turf, wherever you from, whatnot, right? And so I felt like, okay, the older people like an older sound, right? I said, why not bridge the gap? You know what I'm saying? Why not bridge the gap? Why not bring on the youth and bring on the OGs and let them all be able to enjoy themselves with one genre? You know what I mean? And we got everything in this genre. We got some pop vibes, we got some rock vibes, we got some rap vibes, we got some R&B, we got some neo soul, whatever you ask for, you know what I mean? We just trying to keep it coming. You know what I mean? That's it. Mafia Jazz, you know what I mean? It's just a whole nother vibe, but something that you could ride to in your car. You don't gotta feel like everybody's gonna be judging you, cause this is a vibe. Cause them old school jazz players, they didn't care. They'll have a with a Kango or a Duke Ellington hat on and be sitting back. They'll have their little pipes and stuff and be playing the saxophone or something. You know what I mean? Different things of that sort. So I just felt like this would be a beautiful thing to bring together to just bridge that kind of gap that we got right now, where the youth and the older folk, they don't kind of meet in the middle nowadays like they used to,
Well, and even just some of your most famous blending of genres or sounds, rap, rock, with Aerosmith and
Run DMC,
and then country rap. Yeah,
right. Come on, you got your Jelly Rolls, and you know what I'm saying.
Bubba Sparks was the one that really brought that forward. So try these things. Even when they were putting the what's that dubstep into rap, like blending techno and rap.
If you love music and you really trying to get more out of it, see the producer that I looked up to coming up, and everybody's like, man, this is the Dr. Dre's and it's these person, that person. I looked up to Rodney Jerkins, right? And so what Rodney Jerkins did was he was the type of producer, he stepped outside. Because he could easily make R&B tracks. He was doing that, right? Yeah. He was doing tracks for the Whitney Houstons and everybody, Michael Jacksons, everybody. He was doing these tracks. And then he'd step out and do some pop. He'd go, you know what I'm saying? Go do some pop music. And then he was like one of the first young producers to make $600 million at that time. This is the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And it was a time when people weren't making that kind of money off music. You know what I mean? So, sometimes you got to just step out and do some little different things, because if you look outside of our genre, you got, Arabian people, which no knock to no one, right? You got Arabian people that'll take an urban song and push it on to their culture, and they'll have nothing to do with the song. You know what I mean? Go look on Spotify. You know what I mean? A lot of them people, that it's not even their own content creatively, right? It's some other artist that says, hey man, just put that on my playlist and we'll spin that around, and now he's making big bucks off this man's hard work, but now he might get a little coin or two, but you know, it's not going to be the same, you know? So I just feel like people who put in the work deserve to just get some notice, you know, at the very least. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, throw my name on it or something. Be like, hey, he got it. Just working.
Agreed.
He working. That's what I feel, you know? Another great question. Yeah, for me, it's like, so there's a lot of producers out there, and they like to get their music to everybody, which is very smart. You want to get your music to everybody. But me, I'm really selective, right? Because I just feel like some people don't have the care enough for themselves as an artist to throw something in on it, right? So you do a song with somebody nowadays, and what they go somewhere and then they go do another song, and then they go somewhere else and they go do another song.
Yep.
But the song you did with them, it's like they valued it for the moment, right? It's like, yeah, it was great, right? Then they step out, they don't promote it, they don't put money behind it, they don't, you know what I mean? They don't throw some advertisements, some little Google ads, anything behind anything, right? Yeah. So what happens is that song just becomes in the archives. Now you got other artists that they're taking every song, they're valuing them, right? So every time they drop a song, they're putting a video out. They're putting some content. They're adding some, some promotion. They're putting some money behind it. If you do not do these things, if you don't go pay for some promotion, your stuff is gonna sit there with your friends, and that's okay too. If you just want your friends just to play you, that's okay, and nothing wrong with that. But if you really wanted to go somewhere, put some money behind your stuff. Come to DJ Lou, get you some mix and mastering, get you some quality behind it. So when you introduce yourself to the world, now they can't judge you in no type of negative light. They looking at you like, oh, how did you get this great? And you didn't have to put $1 million. I guarantee you DJ Lou ain't gonna charge you $1 million to finish that project. But have something that you believe in him. Show him you believe in him. Show whoever you're working with that you believe in them. If you can show that, the world will show you it believes in you. That's all I feel. You know what I mean? For real.
Great concept. Wish people would get it.
Yeah, they gonna get it. We gonna make them
set in their bad habits, and that's why the market's flooded. It's oversaturated with folks with no plan.
Fact.
And even the folks with a plan have to kind of wiggle their way through all that and stand out. But that's when a great artist will gonna stand out.
Absolutely.
Great. And producer too, whatever.
And consistency, you know, it's like if you come one day and you're like, okay, I'm finna do this and go crazy, I'm gonna be rich. Like, all right, but that's not true and that's not logic, right? You gotta go ahead and take some steps back, but every single day put in that work. You might only have $50 a day. Man, throw 25 of that towards your dream. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you're gonna die if you spend, you know what I'm saying, that 25. You still got 25 to hold you. You might need, a little couple things, whatever, right? But it's really important to each and every day consistently throw into your dream, whatever it is. Because all it do is push you towards closer and closer. While other people ain't doing nothing, they chilling at the house, kicking it. You know what I mean? You still pushing towards your dream. Now everybody is getting noticed. But then you're gonna have people hating on you too. They're gonna be like, man, you work too hard, man. You always in this, you always at that studio, man. You throwing all your money into the lab. You're throwing it away. But then the flip side of that is now they see you on TV. Now they see you doing the things that they always wanted to do their whole life, right? And now that hate becomes, hey, can I get on?
Right, yes.
Can I roll with you? You know what I mean?
Coattail riding folks.
Thank you. And so I just feel it's really important to value the craft. So if I'm doing music with any artist, if I'm making you a beat or if I'm doing any type of work with you, I want you to value it like I value it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's basically what I look for. You know what I mean? Just value it like I value it. I really care. I've been doing this many years. You know what I mean? Not because this is my only thing, man. I gave up on the rest of life, so this is all I got. Nah, I got many, you know what I mean? Many gifts, right? But this one right here is the one that shows people your hunger to go and never quit. As soon as you quit, you forget and it's over with. You know what I'm saying? So never quit. Just stay consistent and always put money behind that gift. And don't be scared to. Don't care what nobody else say, because they never gonna put no money into that gift. They just don't want to, because every dollar they could go put into the getting high or drinking or going to kick it or this, that, and the third, all that money doesn't reciprocate, right? It doesn't, you know what I mean, it doesn't level up, right? But the money you seeing is going to something. You seeing your numbers going up. Hey, you seeing your subscribers. You seeing because you dropping quality music now because you got some mix and mastering from DJ Lou or this, that, and the third. Now you seeing you on the radio stations. You wondering like, this would have never happened to you before because you didn't put nothing into it. You just wanted that quick fame, that quick satisfaction. That's what I see from a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
It's just hard to pour into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Quality question, for sure. Yeah, so my sound, I feel like is charismatic, but at the same time is laid back. So I can give you, because I'm bringing a whole nother genre, right? Just like when they came with reggaeton music, and you had the pit bulls, and you had the baby bashes, and all that jump on that genre. It's a genre.
Yes.
Just like, you know, hip hop and R&B and rock, they're all genres, right? So that genre creates a whole group of people who can make money and feed their families. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People that maybe weren't talented in the EDM, or maybe weren't talented in rap, or weren't talented in this or that genre, right? They maybe jumped in reggaeton and ate, right? They maybe jumped in rock and roll and ate, right? They maybe jumped in bluegrass and ate, right? Mm-hmm. So there's many ways you can really eat in the music, but the thing is that to always focus in on what's your strength, right? And so I feel like the beats that I'm bringing help people do that. It's a whole nother genre. You can focus in on your strength. So everybody's not gonna have your sound, and you're not gonna have everybody's sound, but everybody's gonna want your sound because it's original.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I was saying before, with music, right? If you kind of don't invest into certain parts, right, you don't kind of get anywhere. Like, so as a producer, right, I may go get a BeatStars account, right? I might go get you know what I mean? I might go get my distro, or if I want to do DistroKid or Worldwide or United Masters or whatever, right? You know, I'm gonna do those things. But what's important for me is for that, right, is making sure I got some money put into a place where it's gonna do something. It's gonna appreciate, not depreciate, right?
Yeah.
So I wanna, if I go put a video on YouTube and I don't go pay for no ads or no nothing like that, it's gonna sit there. I'm gonna have to tell all my friends, hey man, go look at my video, man, go check me out. I'll be on the phone for days, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's important to go ahead and to balance it all out. Put some money behind it, you know what I'm saying? To make it all make sense, throw a couple dollars. It ain't gonna hurt you, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure people spend hundreds of dollars a week just on kicking it, enjoying themselves, right? And say that money right there is gonna appreciate once you put it in something that appreciates, right? So you might get your YouTube account, start fresh, no subscribers, no nothing, right? Nothing, right? Start fresh, just try it. Try this. Get you a YouTube account. Go get you can do these videos in your kitchen. You can do them in your, man, you seen your NBA Youngboy video. You can do them in your garage. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Get the work done. Upload the work. Once you upload the work, stay consistent. Keep dropping the work. Next, put money behind the work. Once you put money behind the work, you're gonna see things happen. People gonna be calling you, hey man, I like that thing. They drop them fire emojis in there. Hey man, just keep going, man. Next thing you do, you go ahead and you step your quality up. Everything you're doing, just keep consistent, because they're gonna see your growth. That's why I say start with zero. They're gonna see your growth. Boop, 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 boop. You're gonna keep going up. Make sure you got your TikTok. Make sure you got your Facebook. Make sure you got your Instagram. It ain't for your friends, it ain't for your family, it's for your fans, it's for the people that's following you. Make sure you got these things and make sure they're all associated, right? So when you promote on one, you can promote on the other. Tie your Facebook and your Instagram together like I got mine, you know what I mean?
Same, yeah.
Right, you know? So when you drop on one, it just goes to the other, but stay consistent. Some people told me, hey man, you need to drop reels, you need to drop stories, you need to drop, you know what I mean? You need to drop consistent content, because some people might have been at work. Some people might have been out on a vacation and they missed you. So they're not gonna see everything you drop every single day, every minute. And you might drop some of the coolest things ever just now. But the people just now was at work. They missed that. Consistent. Put money behind it. You're gonna go out of here. Yeah, man, it's a movement, but it's more than a movement because it's long term. It's a genre, just like how when they created reggaeton, you know what I'm saying? Reggaeton, you can still go listen to them Pitbull and Baby Bash records, man. Them mugs still popping. They be going, you know what I'm saying? Yep. So, you know what I mean? It's the same thing with this type of music, you know what I mean? Once people kind of get a grasp and get their ears on it and see what I'm cooking up for them, they'll be able to understand that this Mafia Jazz is a whole nother money line. For people who know about the money lines, it's a whole nother money line. So, you know, just something to think about. For real, for real.
Ethics.
Ethics to me is to be ethical, of course, but to take everything into consideration, to be respectful of the whole situation. Mm-hmm. Ethical, you know what I mean? To make sure that you don't overstep certain boundaries. You might be a boss, right? And you might be having some employees. If you come in there and tell an employee, get to work right now, it might not be too ethical. So I would think that, you know what I mean? So I think that would be a part of ethics.
Criticism.
Someone being judgmental of not just you, but the action you take, right? So I would think that criticism could be a good thing and a bad thing, right? So the action you might took to get out of a situation, somebody might criticize that situation, say, man, you shouldn't have did that. Or that criticism could be good. Well, it could be right. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have did it. You know, so that's where I'm at with that.
Right. Flight.
That's a good one because I like to take those and get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like flight is a part of all of our going from the bottom to the top motion of journey, right? I think that's all of us. We all in life need to take flight. We all have to get some wings and get off the ground and just get out of here. For me.
Mainstream.
The talk of music that doesn't respect your hard work as an underground artist. However, it is, you know what I'm saying? It is a place and a light for those who have made it to a certain plateau and they have a voice to really either change the world for the better or the worse. Mainstream.
Outside.
Is where I'm always at. If you see me, you've been seeing me a long time, I'm always there. You know what I'm saying? You can catch me outside, because you know what? That's where my people are.
I'll just come up with whatever. I'm kind of skipping some. Whatever this one is, we're rolling with it. Needle.
Don't put those in your arm.
There you go. We're doing a word association. If you're wondering, you stepped out. Oh yeah, word association. Hey, these are interesting because
heck of fun.
It can be very enlightening, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where can folks find all things BJM?
Yes, anything. Actually, you can Google BJM or BJM. Well, I would appreciate if you just Google BJM Beats or BJM the rapper, and then a lot of good stuff will come up. And as well, you know, I got a new album coming out, Mafia Jazz, Bodie Green Thumb versus BJM Mafia Jazz. I got a gang of new albums coming out, man. I got my peoples. We creating clothing lines and fashions and different things of that sort. So it's just a lot of stuff to be on the lookout for, man. Don't forget to follow your peoples, man, because I'll follow back. That's for real.
Be sure to do that. And of course, djluke.biz. Go there to find all things I'm up to.
Man.
And of course, this is going to be on YouTube and Xfinity Channel 17 for several airings in the next maybe couple of weeks. I'll feed you those dates and times.
Appreciate that.
Once they let me know. But yeah, it's been great having you on, reconnecting, and we'll do that one more time, but I also always end just with a fist bump.
Hello, that part. Thanks for having us, man. You know, this is big, and I really appreciate it, because you know, it's a lot of times it's hard for us to get that kind of light. I'm a local artist, man. I'm not mainstream. I'm not, you know what I mean? But I have aspirations, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of us do. And so if we kind of like reach one, teach one, you know, iron sharpens iron, you know, those terminologies, I feel like we all can get to where we're trying to go. It's just consistency. All in whenever it's
smoke, you let it blow again. Better watch out for little partner. He be running real strapped up with a chopper. Steady running from them cops, bruh, but he trying not to get locked up. You better watch out for little partner. He be running real strapped up with a chopper. Steady running from them cops, bruh, but he trying not to get locked up. Little partner stay chopped